Welcome back to Weekending. Next, we help you achieve great winter hair and skin with our expert lineup. Dr. Vandana Chatrat, dermatologist and dermatologic surgeon, joins us from New Delhi. Hi, Vandana. Dr. Harshna Bijlani, medical head of the Ageless Clinic and a celebrity skin expert, joins us from Mumbai. She's worked on the skins of Kriti Sanon and Lisa Ray. Soumya Gupta is a senior nutritionist with Rujita Divekar. Thank you all of you for joining us this evening. Let's start. What are the key skin and hair problems people are facing during the pandemic? And what is the post-corona impact on hair and skin? What are the solutions? Lots of questions there. Vandana.
Ambika, I think I would like to categorize the answer into the fact that there has been a lockdown, which primarily means that people are indoors most of their times. And this has impacted our skin in three ways. One, there's more of screen time for all of us. There is more of circulated air. There's no fresh air. So people are cooped up inside their houses, which impacts the skin negatively, if I may add that. And third is that, a lot of people have lost weight and been more fit, but a lot of people have also put on weight during the pandemic, and that has led to other skin issues as well. In terms of my practice, the three primary things that we're really seeing a lot of is, one is acne. And I have to say, the causes for acne being aggravated during this period have been that people are trying all sorts of home treatments. I think they have a lot of time on their hands now, and some have definitely backfired. So people come with rashes and aggravation of their acne. Wearing masks majority of the day is also not something that is helping their acne. In fact, there's a new term being coined by the dermatology academy from the US, and that's called the maskne. It's now official. The other problems that we're also seeing is pigmentation. And it's interesting, initial part of the lockdown where people were absolutely indoors, nobody was stepping out, pigmentation for a lot of patients had resolved. But now what is happening is that, the stress, the anxiety, the pollution, the fact that people are a lot in front of the screen and thinking then that they're indoors and not wearing sunscreens, it's actually aggravated their pigmentation. So I would say acne, pigmentation, and then the last category is of autoimmune diseases like lichen planus, things we don't have explanation as to what the etiology is. But stress plays a lot of factor, is one of the important factor for such diseases. And so we're seeing a lot of those. During the first 6 weeks of the lockdown, I remember doing online consultations for a lot of elderly people who got a bout of herpes zoster secondary to the stress. As far as post-COVID infection per se is concerned, it's devastating for the hair. We're seeing a lot of people who are getting telogen effluvium, which is the body's response to a major illness. We see that with dengue, we see that with typhoid, and now we're seeing it with COVID. The only difference is that for people who are recovering from COVID, the telogen effluvium or the excessive hair shedding is starting within 4 weeks of the illness, as opposed to dengue or typhoid, where we would see the hair fall start 6 weeks after the illness was over.
Harshna,
in terms of,
sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
Oh, just a word for the solution. As far as the hair fall is concerned, body has the ability to recover from that hair fall within a matter of 6 weeks or so. However, that is only possible if you are in excellent condition in terms of health and nutrition, and in terms of your nutrients, that your food is adequate, and if not, then you have to be on hair supplements. And if you are alarmed by the hair fall, then I would recommend seeing your nearest dermatologist.
All right. Harshna, taking cue from what Vandana just said, what is the advice that you are offering your clients? What must they definitely include in their hair and skin routine?
I think Vandana answered, it beautifully. What advice I am giving them is a couple of things. People are exercising a lot at home. They're sweating a lot. So a lot of people are getting a lot of acne, typically on their forehead, jawline, and on their back. So a lot of back acne. So what I tell people is either exercise in an AC atmosphere, go for a bath immediately after your exercise. So you're not getting this, cloggy of the pores. With regards to, as Dr. Vandana said, that people are experimenting with a lot of products. Don't overdo it. I think people are really overdoing all of this. They're reading all these 101 things and they're getting quite excited about it. So, start one thing at a time, wait for a couple of weeks, add another thing. Don't start 5 products at the same time. And secondly, what I also tell them is for this mask acne, for people who have more oily skin, to use products that have salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide. So that really helps declogging, and to wash their faces the minute they come home. For people who are working a lot in the kitchen, because a lot of people have not allowed their staff to come in, I do usually tell them that a lot of heat is also aggravating their pigmentation. So to take care of that, to not cook with their faces literally into the vessels, and maybe to cover up a lot even when they are cooking. Apart from that, good quality skincare is what I'm really recommending to a lot of people who don't want to come in for treatments and who are concerned about their skin. So like I said, for acne, salicylic acid, benzoyl peroxide, for people who have pigmentation, sunscreen, and to use certain lightening products, antioxidants like vitamin C, not just eating. So a lot of people are concentrating on eating a lot of vitamins, but even good antioxidants, ferulic acid, vitamin C, great for skin, and certain other medicated lighteners. To use retinoids, good time for us to use it. So a lot of people have read about, vitamin A and, different types of retinoids. So good time to start using it because we're not so sun exposed and we're not going out that much.
All right. Soumya, is there something called lockdown weight gain? Is it happening? And what's the solution?
Absolutely, Ambika. I think we all know we know a few people who've really put on weight and a few who've managed to stay really active and fit. They've got more time on hand to exercise, eat right, and lose the weight that they've always wanted to lose. The solution, honestly, to basically stay healthy and fit during the pandemic and lockdown and post it is to have good habits on a daily basis, irrespective of the fact that we're under lockdown or not, And a few things that work very well are obviously a few foods that help you lose weight, say starting a day with a handful of raisins, which are soaked overnight with a few strands of kesar. It helps you kickstart the metabolism, takes care of your sugar cravings, takes care of your energy levels. The second thing that you can do if you're worried too much about your health, fitness, or weight gain, then it is to include a teaspoon of ghee in your meals, especially the breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because ghee gives us the flavor, enhances the flavor of our food. It provides the essential fatty acids to the food through the food to the body, and we know, like skin and hair is a big concern these days. The essential fatty acid also allows for absorption of vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K, vitamin E. So doesn't it only promote fat burning from stubborn areas, but improves the skin quality too? The third thing that we all must include in our diet these days is haldi doodh, as a nightcap, so that we all can sleep well, unwind from the day, and that promotes fat burning throughout the night. The fourth thing that really helps is including 30 minutes of exercise every day. We have the time, we have the means to do quite a few things at home, so we must just invest that time. And the fifth thing is to really go to bed at a fixed time. Just because it's pandemic and lockdown and we all are working from home, we take the liberty to be on the gadget for a much longer time than we used to be. So cut that down. Go to bed closer to 10 p.m. so that you recover, rest, and promote fat burning.
Lovely. I'm sure everybody has jotted that down.
Can I add something?
Yes, quickly, because we're running out of time, Harshana.
Stop baking.
Stop Stop baking. Yes, I think that's a great
baking.
idea. I have lots more questions for all of you, but unfortunately we've run out of time. Thank you, all our experts, for joining us today.
Most
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thank you, Ambika.
Thank you so much.
Bye.